I am Yashodha from the Department of Computer Science. Today we will discuss about Introduction to Pandas in Data Structures. So in previous classes we know what is the data analysis and what is why we can use in data analytics using Python, and there is some essential libraries are there. Very important library is NumPy, and then we can use the Pandas. So Pandas are the fundamental building blocks of the Python, and it is also most powerful and data analysis library. In this Pandas we can use series to data frame and to unlock the tools that make the data manipulation, and manipulation is effortless. Why we can use in Pandas in Python? The Pandas is used to data manipulation and analysis to the library built on NumPy, and it provides the high performance, easy to use data structures and analysis tools that make working with structured data efficiently. We can see that some data sets are cleaning messy, and it performing the complex aggregations or preparing the data for machine learning. The Pandas is your Swiss Army knife for data science. It's like it. Now we can see the two core data structures. There are two types, that is series and data frames. Another one is data frame. In this series we can see the one-dimensional array format. As we previously know, array is so many types, that is 0 dimension, 1 dimension and 2 dimension and multi-dimensional also. In this series we can see the only single column of the data, and it has an input and it has an index values, and it is a homogeneous data types elements also. In this one-dimensional array we can capable the holding any data type, and it is used to column in a spreadsheet with an index format. And what about data frame? Data frame is a two-dimensional array format, and it is used both rows and columns of the table. And it is also called as a label data. The label data structures with columns of potentially different types, and it is also called as a spreadsheet or SQL table. It is used multiple columns, and each column is called as a series, and it is also called as a heterogeneous data type. Now we can see the series of this data. As we know, a series is a one-dimensional array, and it is obtained containing a sequence of values, and it is associated array of the data labels, and it is called as a index, and it is also called as a building blocks of the data frames. We can see we can import Pandas as PD alias PD, and we can create the series of the temperature. In this example we can see the temperature is 72, 75, 68, 71, 74, and the index value of the temperature is and the index value. And now we can see the temperatures on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So Monday temperature is 72, Tuesday temperature is 75, and Wednesday temperature is 68, Thursday temperature is 71, and Friday temperature is 74. Now we can see the temperature, we can see to print the temperature. Now we can see the key features of the series. There are three types, that is index labels, data types, vectorization operations. Each index elements are unique label for easy access, and it is used to custom the labels or default integer positions to identify your data points, and it is also called as a index labels. And what about data types? Data type is a series, and it can hold the integers, floats, strings, booleans and more. And in this Pandas we can automatically infer the data types, or you can specify it explicitly. Now we can see the vectorization option. It is perform the mathematical operations and the entire series once at a time, and it is also add subtractions, additions, multiplications and all other mathematical functions that are used simultaneously. Now we can see the understanding the data frames. In this data frame we can use two-dimensional array labels, that is also called as a labeled data structure, where each column in a series. It is a table format, and we can see the each column can contain the different data types. We can see in diagram, we can see the so many number of rows and columns, and it is in for many for each column is some data is in there, and in this data frames we can use the different types of data types, and it perform the real world data set operations. Now we can see the example of the little syntax of the pandas data frames. Now suppose we can see the name, age, cities of some table, the table of data set. We can see the name is there are 3 members are there, and 3 members age, and 3 members located which are located in different cities. We can print the 3 options, name, age, and city, print the data. So we can see the both combination of name, age, and city, it is display on the table, that is called as a data frame. Now this is the architecture of the data frame. In this architecture we can see the rows, columns, and grid structures. As we know, row is also called as an index, and columns is also called as a series, and grid structure is also called as both the combination of rows and columns. In this rows index, each row represents a record or observation, and rows are labeled with index, which can be integers, dates, and custom labels also. And columns is also called as a series, and it contains the data of the same data. And the columns have names, and it can store the different data types from other columns. What about grid? The grid is the interaction of both through combination of rows and columns, and it creates the cells that hold the individual data values, and it creates a flexible labeled grid for data storage. Now we can see the data structure, how to create a data structure. They are in 2 types, that is list and dictionary values, and another one is files. In this list and dictionary values, we can see the series of the list. We can saw the example of the dictionary values also. In these files we can see the reading files and writing files. Suppose we can see the pd.read underscore CSV. CSV means comma separated values data. From Excel we can see the Excel values from the data set, JSON values from the data sets. These are the files from creating the data structure. These are the common operations of the pandas, that is inspection, selection, analysis, and modification. Inspection is used to explore the data structure to understand it contents, that is head of, tail of, info of, described of. And selection is accessing the specific rows and columns or cells using labels, position, or Boolean conditions, and it is used to notate the dot notations of the columns. Now we can see the modifications. We can add new columns and updated existed values or deleted unnecessary data. That is called as a modifications. In this data frame and series, we are mutable and flexible of the data manipulation. And now the another operation of the common operation used in pandas are analysis. It is the most important, and we can use to statistical operations and grouping, sorting, and aggregation to extract insights from your structured data. Thank you.